What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if we will get a Sly Cooper remake in 2021. I know I'm reaching, but anytime I have a chance to talk about Sly, anytime I have a chance to talk about a game in a new year, you better bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to bring this game up, because I'm going to slam this in the face of as many people as possible in order to get it to happen, okay? I'm a massive Sly Cooper fan. He was my guy kind of growing up. Crash, I think, was when I was like a kid, and then when I entered like 9, 10, 11 territory, then I started just adoring the heck out of Sly Cooper. So I've made, honestly, in the last 3-ish years, I would say, I've made dozens of videos on Sly Cooper. So again, like anytime I get the chance to talk about this, number one, I'm very passionate about it. Number two, I always get excited and at the same time kind of mad, but I'm going to do it, okay? So if you guys are new here and you guys do like this kind of stuff, make sure as always you are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. And if you want to join our Discord server, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. It's also with all of our other social media stuff if you want to check it out, but I'm just kind of promoting the Discord server for the purposes of this video. Check it out if you guys like it. Would love to have you guys as part of the community. All right, so I've made videos like this before. It needs to happen, and that's kind of what I always start with, right? It needs to happen at some point. It becomes more and more aggravating each year, even when we get other remakes. Like, look, I bought Demon's Souls, okay, for the PS5. I love it. I'm terrible at the game. I am actually better at it now than I was when I got it on, I think, I bought my PS3 late, okay, so I bought it like June of 2009. I think I played Demon's Souls around that same time. Awful. I was absolutely awful at it. I'm a lot better at it now, but I'm still just, I mean, you would laugh at me, okay? In fact, there's a live stream I have when I played this game, and you probably have laughed at me. All right, so, like, I love the game. Again, like I've talked about, like, seeing Sir Daniel from Medieval come back, like, cool. I played as him in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, like, neato gang, but at the same time, it's like, why? Why did you choose to remake that? Of all games, you chose that. You hear the rumors of Blue Point now doing Metal Gear Solid, which, like, I get it, right? I mean, you think about the money of that and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it makes complete sense, but, like, have we forgotten about like, I don't know, like, classic seems maybe a little bit cliche to say, but I mean, Sly is was such a popular name, such a popular game franchise, and, like, yeah, it's fallen off. We all know that. And it keeps coming down to it where it's like remake, remaster. I think there's 4 ways of doing it. And I think we've actually made a video on all 4. You could remake the game. You can remake all 4 of them, okay? You can remaster and put together all 4 of them, because that has not been done. You have 1 through 3 remastered for PS3, but you do not have Thieves in Time in that bundle, okay? There's no actual way, to my knowledge, or at least on like disc, at least even if you go like on the PlayStation Store and you want to buy like a bundled collection of all 4 of these games, there's no way of doing that, okay? They're separated. So you could do a remake and remake all 4, which maybe wouldn't work for Thieves in Time because it's not new, but it's relatively new compared to the other ones. You could remaster them and put them all together, okay? That seems pretty easy. I mean, how hard would that be? So you got that one. You have a Sly 5. You can make a brand new game in the lineage of what we've had, which I would love. And when you make a remake or a remaster and stuff like that, I think that's kind of what you're leading to. At the same time, do people care? Did people even play Thieves in Time? I mean, the answer to that is no. It didn't sell very well, hence why Sly Cooper has died, okay? So you could do that, or you could do the most unpopular one, in my opinion, is rebooting the franchise. Now, I guess rebooting it with the same cast, and by cast I mean characters in-game and also voice actors out of game. If you did that, I wouldn't be, I guess, like, I don't know, like, I'd be upset. I really would. I wouldn't be that upset if you did it, as long as you keep everybody that you had. I guess it's a chance to kind of breathe new life into it. At the same time, it's like, but you had something, then you got to just pretend like none of that stuff happened. Yet again, could you like a soft reboot where maybe it's like an alternate time? I mean, that's Thieves in Time, but can you do another like timeline where like that stuff did happen? I don't know. Like, I find it hard to believe you can make a Sly game without using those, right? Even like you look at Crash, you're gonna look at probably what Spyro will do in the coming years. Like, yes, there's been loads of games that they have had to kind of drop. They're like, okay, these games we're just gonna have to pretend they never happened. But the main 3, the first 3, did happen, and you remember them, and the game knows it. You know what I mean? So like, it's hard to believe you would just drop these games. But I guess for the purposes of this video, again, we're talking I mean, if you guys want me to remake the videos of the other 3 possibilities, so this is remake. I could do ones on remaster, on 5, on a reboot. I could do that in separate videos if you guys want it. But you know, a remake to me is that's the one that like I'm very excited. Like if they could ever do, obviously a Sly 5 would probably be what I'm most excited on. But I mean, a remake compared to a remaster, I mean, I would love to see these games get the Crash and Spyro and Medieval and Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, and all, you can keep going down the line, right? I'd love to see it get that kind of treatment. At the same time, remastering I do think is much easier. You're gonna see it with Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We've seen it with countless games over the last couple of years. I mean, I just don't know what is going on in their mind. This is, when I talk about Sony, I love Sony. I do. I love the PlayStation. I've always been a PlayStation guy. I know some people will call me like a Sony fanboy. I mean, I love games. I love like experiences. So any console or any publisher, any developer that gives it to me, I'm gonna give them a chance, right? Like I like Microsoft. I like the stuff that they've done in the past. I'm going to, I assume, like some of the stuff they're doing in the future. But it just makes me, so basically I'm saying, like, you can call me a fanboy. I wouldn't necessarily agree with it. I would kind of like understand where you're coming from. I just don't agree with it. But like, I get mad when it comes to stuff like this because in my opinion, like, there's more. I'm sure there's more, but there's probably four franchises that I get so frustrated when I think of how Sony has treated them. And I know there's more. I mean, because I'm not including like Jak and Daxter. There's, I guess, even like Killzone, you could argue, but Sly is probably number 1. There's Infamous, there's Resistance, and there's PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Okay, those are the 4 franchises. Now, some of them only have 1, some of them have more than 1 game. But, and again, like, I could keep going. Gravity Rush is one that I think they've done just an awful job of. You know, I love the 2 games, but they've done an awful job. Like, since then, you know, they make so many amazing games. Again, they do. Even games that are very polarizing, like The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, you can't deny some of the amazing things they've done with it, but how they've treated some of their franchises, more of like the legacy franchises. Now, Sly, again, you can go Jak and Daxter, you can go other ones. That is from, you know, way back. Resistance is more new. Infamous is even more new. I know PlayStation All-Stars was around, I think 2011 or 2010 was when that game came out. Or no, maybe 2013, honestly. So many years, so many games, I can't remember them all. But, you know, they're all kind of scattered, but Sly is part of that older group, right? Older generation. And the way they've treated him, specifically, remember the TV show? And I've talked about the TV show before, right? And like parts of other videos. The fact that they were going to have like a 40-plus episode or whatever it was supposed to be, a TV show, you could see the picture, right? I mean, he looks completely brand new, and then they canceled it. They literally like delayed it, and then without even saying anything, almost, they canceled the entire thing like weeks before it was supposed to air. Like, what happened? Like, did you have any episodes done? Did anybody record anything? Like, what in God's name were you doing there? You know what I mean? Like, so I just think they have no idea what to do with that character, and I get it. Like, you don't want to lose money. So if you remake these games and it costs you tens of millions, and then the game comes out and it sells like 600,000 units, like, obviously that's a disappointment. Obviously you don't want that. But I don't know, I just feel like there is something there. And by the way, by treating this franchise so poorly, you're actively helping people forget about it. It's kind of the same thing I've talked about with Pirates of the Caribbean, the movie franchise. Like, they should be shocked. They have people that still like it. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm a diehard fan. I've covered the franchise for 4+ years now. Okay, but like, you look at it, the last really good Pirates movie, in my opinion, is At World's End. That was the 3rd one. That was 2007. And then they took 4 years to make the next one, which I think was the worst one by a mile, On Stranger Tides. And then it took them 6 years to make Dead Men Tell No Tales, which was the last one that came out, which was decent. It wasn't good. It wasn't like atrocious though. So in 10 years, they gave 2 movies, and one was god awful and one was okay. And you know what I mean? And like, one did really well money wise, and one did okay, and everybody made like a big deal out of, oh my god, it didn't make all that much money. Well, maybe it's because of how you've treated the franchise. Maybe it's because of how you treated Johnny Depp, especially like now, right? Going forward, we can have that discussion. But you know what I mean? I honestly look at that as a very good comparable for Sly. Even when Sly Thieves in Time came out, like, it had been a while. People had kind of forgotten about it. It wasn't necessarily what everybody wanted. The game did some different stuff. I like the game. I like Thieves in Time, but I don't think it's the best one. In fact, I think I think I like it more than the first one, but it's definitely not anywhere near close to 2 and 3. But it's kind of the same thing where it's like Thieves in Time, again, like I don't remember, was it 2011, somewhere in that range? So let's just pretend, let's say like 8, 9, 10 years it's been in between games. I mean, of course they're not going to do all that well. You've forgotten about it. You've given us a TV show and then you've canceled it a few days before it came out. Like, what do you expect people to do? And so I told you I would get mad about this, by the way. I warned you guys. So, like, this is the kind of thing we get. I want a remake. I want it so bad. I really do. I want to see all 4 of these games in 2021, in 2022, whatever year, like, in that year, like oh my god, they created a Sly Cooper game in this year. I think it would be so cool. I think it would definitely be less money, by the way, than making a brand new game. Like, while it would be expensive, more expensive than a remaster would, it would be less expensive than making a brand new Sly from the ground up. And so I think just because of that alone does give me hope. And then if that happens, look, and I always say this for any of these videos, like, if we ever get Sly, whether it be a remaster, whether it be a remake, whether it be anything, we need to support it like there is no tomorrow. Because trust me when I say this, it's our last chance. I really do believe that. I don't think there's any more chances coming to us if the next, whatever it is, and I do think Sly will return one day, by the way. In fact, I think all these franchises that I mentioned, I think Resistance, I think there'll be like a remake or maybe like a reboot of it. I do think so. All Stars, I think will get a second one at some point. I think they will bring them back. But again, we're like a cautionary tale here, a cautionary word. They're only going to do it once. And if these games fail, they're going to say, all right, we knew it. We knew that these games aren't popular. That's why we didn't do it for so long. And now this is the final nail in the coffin. We're not doing it again. So I do think Sly will return. I really do. I'm a very optimistic guy by trade. I do think Sly will return. But dear Jesus, we have to be careful. And we have to support the living. Even if we don't like it, I think we have to support the living heck out of the game just so we can get future things. All right, so I know that kind of went off on a tangent. I don't even know if I talked about a remake there, but let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think we'll get a remake? Do you think we'll get a remaster? What do you think? Let me know if you guys want to see more Sly Cooper content going forward. I mean, I could talk about literally anything, so I'd love to talk about it. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. Again, join our Discord server if you guys want. Loads of really, truly, the Discord server is filled with really nice people, very shy people, okay, but very, very nice people. So if you guys want to give it a try, you know, show up, talk, and have a blast, honestly. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.